Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry, and it's time for some more Planescape Torment.
I'm gone.
I've had a nice, fine evening. I'm relaxed, I've watched a wonderful ancient episode of Waking the Dead. So I should be in the perfect mood for exploring the mortuary here, right? Now lady, if you could move away from that shelf, because I'm not sure if I've investigated it yet. Go on, there you go. And you know what? I never really did get to watch Waking the Dead the first time round when it was originally broadcast. And I wish I had. Because if I had, I think I might have enjoyed it quite a lot. Oh, gotta watch this bloke walk away from him. Away! That was a close call. You know, when it first came on, when I was doing my GCSEs, I wish I'd just taken the time to... Well, sorry, no, A-levels. I've done my GCSEs already. But I just wish I'd been able to take the time to settle down and, you know, for an hour or two a week and enjoy some fine televisual entertainment. Our nameless one is walking very slowly. It could be the rogue, or he could be overburdened. I doubt he is overburdened. He is definitely not overburdened. Right. Now you... Could you use that crowbar on this? Yes, you could. Excellent. What have we here? A corpse fly charm, another bone charm, and some copper commons. Whereas, is this one locked as well? No, it's not. Well, we'd better quickly put on our disguise. There we go. But yeah, good series. Thing is, if I had watched it at the time, when I was, you know, a youngster, as it were, I don't think I would have quite picked up on all the nuances and some of the subtleties of the character interactions, and I would have really enjoyed that, actually. So, I'm glad I'm getting to see it now. So, let's see, the corpse fly charm. Invokes Swarm Curse. So that's not Summon Swarm, that's no, that's more of a Pathfinder spell, isn't it? Okay, let's see. This corpse fly looks like it was frozen. It appears to be dead, but you can't be sure. The magic contained within the charm is activated when the insect is consumed. When swallowed, the recipient suddenly becomes extremely nauseous. A few seconds later, the charmed individual expels a stream of insects from their nose and mouth. Provided the charmed individual can keep their wits about them after the caster can send this cloud to attack a target. And then for the bone charm... This old finger bone charm has been hollowed out and tiny symbols have been scratched on its surface. A user must snap it in two to activate it. When snapped, the bone charm temporarily strengthens the user's skeleton and acts as a ward against breaks and fractures. The charm gives the user an overall bonus to their armor class and additional resistance against crushing attacks. Now then, one of these slashing attacks and piercing attacks. So these will actually be good in street fights against thugs with knives. This would be better against... oh, I think I know where this might come in useful. I want to give this to Mort, I think, but I'm going to check his resistances. Crushing... Oh, he's just got high resistance all over. No, this is staying with the nameless one then, who has no such resistances. In which case, do I want to equip it now? If I do, it goes here with the charcoal charm as a thing that's less likely to be used, whereas the bandages and clock charm go to the left, where they're more likely to be used. And I'm hopefully going to train myself to remember to not put stuff in, you know, not use the stuff in the right hand slots quite so much. Also, when it comes to experience, Mort has only gained 589 experience, whereas the nameless one has gained 1091 experience so far. This game definitely suffers from main character syndrome, where you have one player character who is significantly more powerful than the rest of the party. I don't like that. It reeks of crappy console game design, whereas PC games usually had a more balanced approach, where the player character might be slightly more advantageous, but not by much. That being said, Of course, the nameless one doesn't get to wear armor and is quite vulnerable at many times. Hey, you, there we go. I believe we've searched everything we can on this floor now, so we will be heading to this door, or this door, and this set of shelves which we would like to explore. Also, another stairwell, hopefully leading downwards. Let's clear out a bit of fog of war while we're at it. Okay. He's definitely got to be walking slowly as part. Can I close that? Yes, I can. Wonderful. So we're still trying to get out of this mortuary. Oh, a hammer. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the Hive City. Right. 1 to 6 crushing, as opposed to 1 to 6 crushing, speed 4, weight 3, speed 6, weight 6. So it is not as good. This is a bad hammer. This is a heavy work hammer. It has a long handle and a metal head that looks like it could shape steel and crush skulls of ease. So, we want weapons with a low speed factor, because weapons with a low speed are likely to go earlier in the round. Initiative is predominantly determined by weapon speed, and then modified by dexterity a tiny little bit. The weight, obviously, it's heavier than the crowbar, it's slower than the crowbar, it does as much damage as the crowbar. This is not an ideal weapon of choice. Also, open the inner gates in the mortuary. I think that's all the inner gates, so let's head down these stairs and see where they lead. Alright, we're back at the initial embalming chamber. And there indeed is the slab upon which we laid when Mort was the first thing to meet our gaze as we recovered consciousness. However, this door was locked and we may now be able to open it, gaining access to this chamber and even the one beyond, because there were some things that were denied us. The way now is open. We should be careful and see what we can find here, by the way of zombies and other things. Bloodstains and rust and other remains cover the surface of this metal slab. It is much larger than most of the other slabs and is sitting on a platform that allows it to be rotated. So that's a bit of a stock description. We've seen that a few times before. And this is bandages and cleaning rags. Now we want to hang on to these rags because they could be very important later on. This damp mass of rags looks like it's been used to mop up blood and other less savoury bodily fluids. However, I want to give these bandages to Mort. So I've been playing Divinity Original Sin with a friend recently, and I'm used to right-clicking on things to send them to another character. So Mort now has a lot of bandages. He is our bobbing medic. And one of the reasons I'm giving the healing items to Mort is that while he's not necessarily a character you associate with a healer role, he is remarkably durable due to his very high, by which we mean low, armor class, and his massive damage resistances. Meaning, if there's an emergency healing that needs to be done, he's likely to be the party member that's still on their feet, as it were, to administer healing. Don't you walk away from me, zombie, I want to pester you. The especially ghastly looking female corpse is missing its ears, nose and lips. In order to sew her head closed, whoever prepared her had to draw the skin especially tight around her mouth. You can still see a line of crooked yellow teeth through the open slit that remains. The number 891 has been carved into the flesh of her brow. Okay, this feels almost like it's been mistreated. We're going to leave this one as it is. That is the same description as that one, so nothing special about this. It's worth looking for clues because occasionally things do stand out. And now we are back in this chamber again. However, this doorway here can hopefully now be unlocked. Whereas conversely, over here, where is it? This one by Dahl isn't even a interactable, it's just a description. Come on, map. Here we go. Alright, let's open this and go downstairs, and then try and navigate the ground floor. We might make it out alive without interacting with anyone we don't have to. Hello, zombie. This doddering corpse has had its eyes sewn shut as well as its mouth, and the number 732 is carved into its brow. The threadwork that keeps its ocular cavities sealed looks extremely old. You wonder if the eyes were sewn shut before or after the man's death. You notice he is carrying a huge tome in his hands, as if taking it somewhere. Let's relieve him of his burden. Carefully now. You carefully take the tome from the corpse's hands. It doesn't seem to notice. The tome appears to be a book of enchantments and wards. It is filled with diagrams and charts detailing various aspects of the necromantic arts. The book itself is extremely heavy. As awkward as the zombie is, it must be extremely strong. Now, we might not be able to learn something immediately from this book, but if we rediscover magical skills, we might get something extra from it. I'm going to refresh the description in case there's anything extra, and there isn't. I'm not going to talk to this zombie because we are trying to escape and we don't want to draw attention to ourselves. Tome of Bone and Ash. This worn, leather-bound tome lists diagrams and charts detailing several minor wards and enchantments. There are numerous drawings of skeletons, bones, and the manner by which they may be preserved over time. Of particular interest is the section regarding guardians. Apparently the dustmen animate corpses of fallen giants to serve as guardians of the mortuary. To make them even deadlier, armoring enchantments are woven into their breastplates to help shield them from attacks. The book is much too complex for you to absorb all at once, but it looks as if you could refer to certain sections when the need arises. And if memory serves me well, we can use the book to destroy one of the guardians and cause it to crumple to dust. Doesn't matter which one, at which point the other guardians would all attack and muller us, and it would be very tricky to survive. Let's just continue to pace these halls as we seek our egress from this location. Water stopped. It could be because of a slab or something else. It seems bad. Another rusty, blood-covered slab. Yeah, they probably weren't expecting people to keep reading descriptions at this point, were they? You see a male corpse with the number 331 chiseled into his skull. His eyes and lips are stitched closed, and there is a gaping hole torn in his throat. He smells foul. Alright, yeah, we're just going to leave him where he is. He doesn't seem particularly busy. And I need to remember what the key is to... Is it control or... No. To, oh. We want to not speak with this dustman, obviously. There is an odd symbol on this plaque. It looks like a screaming skull with sharp blades protruding from its sides. Does it? Oh! If these are the sharp blades, and then the skull is in here... Okay, yeah, that sort of works. Alright. Heavy metal pipes run from the floor into the wall. Possibly powering the furnace? This reanimated male corpse has the numbers 1041 carved into its forehead. Despite its taut, desiccated flesh, it is apparent that its features once had a rather exotic cast to them. The zombie's lips have been stitched closed, most likely to prevent it from moaning incessantly, and it smells strongly of formaldehyde. Well, we're going to leave it, but I'm also going to cause sound to cut out briefly for a moment, just to do a quick paranoia check and make sure I definitely am recording, because I wouldn't want to make that mistake. Let's amble down this way a little. You know, get a bit of a feel for the area. Oh, that... Wait a minute. Ahahaha. Something tells me that this giant skeleton won't like it if I mess with this wall of weapons. And it is a reasonably ginormous skeleton, as is this one. But they don't seem to be treating me as something hostile just yet. Hey, there's a beer. That's B-I-E-R. On a little dais. This looks like a large tomb. The marble surface gives it a rather elegant look. Well, there may be more. Ooh. These metallic blue tapestries are made of thin chain links. That's rather... well, almost threatening. But alright, I mean, we're doing a good job here. Okay, it's nice to know that the map... Whoa! Okay, that's our destinations. Nice to know the game doesn't pause when we have the map open. It's better to find that out now than in a time of great danger. So we have 1, 2, 3. There's probably a 4th giant skeleton over here. Yes, interesting. I seem to remember them being in the other 4 corners of the room, if you consider it an octagon. So, like, I remember them being, like, there. But hey, it's been a fair... Is there a... Yes, there is. Good. So I can double-click on a portrait to zoom to location. I should also continue my searching here. Oh, this is interesting. Right. Because I do want to find out if there's... Hello, zombie. Oh. Just remembered something. This woman's corpse pauses in its trudging about as you approach. You notice the number 114. 114 is a zombie? It's not a skeleton yet? Is carved into her forehead. Her mouth has been sewn shut, but the threading is slowly coming loose, and faint moans issue from behind her lips. So I have noticed that the stitched up mouths and eyes tend to be on the lower numbers on the older corpses. As if the necromancer who used to do that as their trademark or under some weird quirk doesn't work here anymore. Perhaps Dahl once knew them. But hey, we will continue our investigation. Also, we're supposed to be looking for a tomb down here, somewhere in the northwest side of this ground floor. Hey, I know it's blatantly over here, but we're getting there, okay? We're going to have some fun. Also, what have I given Mort? Okay, good. I have not given him anything unique. The items he has are all ones that I have duplicates of. That will matter in the not too distant future. And some really beautiful music is playing. Why? I do believe it's the main menu music. Just saying. Let's just clear out a little more dark space before investigating the source of the unique sounds. Okay, now that was good enough. I know many of you have been looking forward to this moment, and, well, I don't know if you know how I'm going to approach this, but let's find out, because I've got a reasonably good idea. Oh, why hello, lady. The plaque on this beer says, "Here lies Dayanara." You know, the lady from the intro. The one who drifted away at the end and looked reasonably upset. And she's performing the Hollywood air hump at a rate of knots. So, for those of you who don't know me, when I refer to the Hollywood air hump, I'm referring to the awkward manner for animated characters in early computer games to stand on the spot and appear to be fornicating with or shagging the air directly in front of them. It's often pelvic thrusting, with the shoulders going backwards in opposite motions, and it's very rhythmical, and it's normally gentle and slow and not very pronounced, but she's really going at some, isn't she? Well, she clearly wants our attention. Let's indulge her, shall we? You see a strikingly beautiful ghost form before you. Her arms are crossed and her eyes are closed. She has long flowing hair and her gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. As you watch, she stirs slightly and her eyes flicker. I could wait or I could... This is tricky, right? Is it rude to interrupt her if she's about to speak? I think under these circumstances, she's got all the time in the world, so if we don't interrupt her, she could make us wait a very long time. Greetings.
You! What is it that brings you here? Have you come to see firsthand the misery you have wrought? Perhaps in death I still hold some shred of use for you, my love.
That was supposed to be a hiss, that was more of a growl. Her eyes slowly open and she blinks in confusion for a moment, as if uncertain where she is. She looks around slowly, then sees you. Her tranquil face suddenly twists into a snarl. You! What is it that brings you here? Have you come to see firsthand the misery you have wrought? Perhaps in death I may still hold some shred of use for you. Her voice drops to a hiss. My love! Oh! 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 The insult! But we don't know! We don't remember anything! But she doesn't know that we don't know. But do we know that she doesn't know that we don't know? She might know that we don't know. But we don't know if she knows. Oh! Look, if I ask who she is... Both of these are asking who she is, right? This is asking who are you? This is asking were we really that close? Thing is, if I go with the first one, am I accepting that we were close or not? Because she could be putting it on. Thing is, I don't think she expected to be here, right? It's possible that our strong connection has caused her to manifest, so I believe we do have a strong connection. But maybe she can tell us more about it. And while this is ambiguous because it could be accepting or denying the former relationship, this is definitely putting us in a place where we're going to, we're making it more clear where we stand. So, my love, do I know you? The spirit makes a begging motion with her hands. How can it be that the thieves of the mind continue to steal my name from your memory? Do you not remember me, my love? The ghost stretches out her arms. Think. Her voice becomes desperate again. The name Dayanara must evoke some memory within you. Nope, I'm sorry. My memories are lost to me. I could lie and say, oh yeah, it does seem familiar. I think I feel the stirrings of memory. Tell me more. Perhaps your words shall chase the shadows from my mind, Dayanara. Also, she's literally almost got Di in her name. I mean, it's like Dayanara, but when it's like a double letter like that, you'd go for the second or for it's tricky. But yeah, because getting extra memories helps uncover our past and also gives us bonus experience points, which Mort doesn't seem to get a share of. Speaking of which, he's being awfully quiet at the moment, isn't he? Oh, at last the fates show mercy. Even death cannot chase you from your mind, my love. Do you not see? Your memory shall return. Tell me how I can help you, and I shall. So, one of the reasons I chose this option is that, as the player, this experience will not be forgotten when the Nameless One dies. That is, I will remember it because I have literally experienced it, right? So, clearly there's some kind of change of direction in his life where he's beginning to regain and retain memories and maybe find a better way in the world. Do you know who I am? You are both blessed and cursed, my love, and you are one who is never far from my thoughts and heart. Blessed and cursed? What do you mean? The nature of your curse should be apparent, my love. Look at you, she points at you. Death rejects you. Your memories have abandoned you. Do you not pause and wonder why? I'm still trying to get my bearings, actually. What else can you tell? That is a very matter of fact and sort of generic and also answer, and also searching at some other questions. Memories aside, and assuming death has rejected me, why is that a curse? I like that one because it's inquiring after the matter she wishes to speak about, right? She's already eager to divulge this information, or rather is more likely to speak about this than other things. If this could annoy her, if we start asking about other stuff and go, oh yeah, well, you know, not really that interested in that, tell me other things. So yeah, well, if death has rejected me, why is that a curse? I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you have lost your memory. Perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths. If that's a question, perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths? If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to recognize that you cannot die. You shall truly be doomed. Countless deaths? How long has this been going on? I do not truly know, except that it has gone on long enough. I had some other questions. Right, the Nameless One frequently says, I've got more questions for you. It's like he's Columbo in his big brown coat. And we go back to a conversational hub. What is it you wish to know? Okay, so can you tell me who I am? What did I ask previously? I'm pretty sure I asked about, yeah, do you know who I am? Right. Let's ask about her. Who are you? Who are you? Okay, we've been through this before, so I'm just looping back there. Can you tell me where I am? Where are you? Why, you are here with me, my love, as in the times when life was something both of us shared. Now it is the eternal boundary that separates us. Now, we've already spoken to Dahl on the floor above about the eternal boundary, but her thoughts on it might be rather different, so let's see what she has to say on the matter. Dayanara sounds saddened. It is a barrier I fear you shall never cross, my love. It is the barrier between your life and what remains of mine. I see. I see. Perhaps you could answer some other questions. I need to escape this place. I am in danger and there are enemies after me. Can you help me? Leave? Dayanara's voice drops to a hiss. Leave? Leave? You ask me, who am trapped here because of you, how to leave this place? I need to escape. I apologize. Didn't mean to offend. Please. Okay. If I take this second option, I'm going to be coming back to it again later on. You notice that I seem to be controlling and manipulating her as if her love for me was not entirely reciprocated. And we're both used to this situation. Dayanara, I am in danger. Can you guide me to a place of safety? I shall return as soon as I can to speak to you again. In danger? Dayanara looks concerned. Of course, my love. I will aid you any way I can. She closes her eyes for a moment, and you watch an ethereal zephyr pass through her body, stirring her hair. After a moment, the zephyr dies, and her eyes slowly open. Perhaps there is a way. So, yeah, Juan Zephyrus eke with his sweet breath. It's a line from Chaucer. So, yeah, Zephyrus was considered to be a god of the wind in medieval times. A zephyr would be like a small little eddy or little breeze, you know, a slight movement in the wind, in the air. Yes, what is this way? I sense that this place holds many doors shrouded from mortal eyes. Perhaps you could use one of these portals as a means of escape. Portals? This is Planescape. It's all about the portals, baby. Portals are holes in existence leading to destinations in the inner and outer planes. If you can find the proper key, you could escape through one of them. And what might the key be? Dayanara pauses for a moment, as if attempting to remember. Portals will reveal themselves when you have the proper key. Unfortunately, these keys can be almost anything. An emotion, a piece of wood, a dagger of silvered glass, a scrap of cloth, a tune you hung to yourself. I fear that the dustmen are the only ones who would know the keys if you could... I fear that the dustmen are the only ones who would know the keys you could use to leave these halls, my love. I see. I have exhausted all the conversation options, so I shall ask one of them. Farewell, Dayanara. Hold a moment. I learned much when I travelled with you, my love, and what you have lost I have retained. I have not divulged all that I know to you. My sight is clear whilst you fumble in the darkness for a spark of thought. I'm not going to tell her that it can wait and just say bye and leave it like, yeah, don't want to know, not interested, you told me how to get out. That's a bit crude and harsh. What could you possibly say that could be of any interest to me? That sounds like putting her down and is quite nasty. And what is it your sight sees that I do not? Time itself relaxes its hold as the chill of oblivion slowly claims us, my love. Glimpses of things yet to come swarm across my vision. I see you, my love. I see you as you are now, and... Dayanara grows quiet. Why are you suddenly silent? Has your ranting tired you? She hasn't really been ranting and raving that much. She's been disgruntled, concerned and considerate. I don't see the need to antagonize her unnecessarily, especially when I've been able to gain useful information about leaving this dangerous location. What is it? What do you see? I see what lies ahead of you. It ripples through the plains, stemming outward from this point. Shall I speak of what I see? Tell me then. First, I require a promise. Promise you will return, that you will find some means to save me or join me. Okay, let's take a look at these, shall we? I find it hard to believe that a woman I once loved would blackmail promises from me with the promise of revelations. Have you no faith in me, Dayanara? This is a very skeptical answer, a very skeptical option to choose. The price of such a promise is too high. This is someone who's just non-committal, right? This is doubting, this is non-committal. This is falsehood. I will make no such promise, Spectre. Tease me not with the future. Speak your peace, or be gone. I will do what I can. So this is somewhat committal. I went with this one, the first time I played, with the intention of doing my best to carry it out, to see where that story led this character. And I never did get to finish the game. So I will seriously swear. I swear I will find some means to save you or join you.
This is what my eyes see, my love. Unfettered by the shackles of time.
She's actually speaking again. Like, shut the fuck up and let her talk.
You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality. Given life and twisted by the laws of the planes. You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive, and be immortal no longer.
Tell you what, I wish the guys who'd written this had written a computer game set in Ravenloft. I think they would have done a very good job of it. So, a good, a neutral, and an evil villain. That is interesting. Well, not villain, but opposition. I'm saying villain more in sort of antagonistic sense. So, none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. I presume, for now, our full glory is behind us because we've lost and forgotten so much. Prison built of regrets and sorrow. Destroy what keeps me alive?
I know that you must die, while you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
Right. While cryptic, this could refer to a few things. That which was taken from me could refer to my actual ability to die and remain dead, or it could refer to the journal that is missing that I'm supposed to read before I go to Farod. The lands of the dead, it's not just perishing and death. There's an actual location in the game that this could be referring to. Die while I still can could mean die and return to life as many times as possible until I destroy the thing which keeps me alive and lose the immortality. So the game manual did hint that... Sorry, the original game manual back in the day did hint that dying would sometimes give memories. I never managed to recover any memories by perishing, but maybe I was dying in the wrong places. What do you mean, die while I still can?
Updated my journal.
I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you have lost your memory. Wait, we're back here again? Perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths. If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. You shall truly be doomed. We've had this conversation before. Farewell, Dayanara. So she's... Essentially, this is like the developers saying, if you haven't discussed this particular portion of the conversation before leaving, she is leading you towards it and encouraging you to have one last chance to talk about it. But let us bid her farewell and depart.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
She smiles, but there is only sadness in it. She closes her eyes and with an ethereal whisper She fades. You back with me, Chief? You kind of drifted out on me there. No, I'm fine. Do you know who that spirit was? Eh? Spirit? That spectre I was talking to. The woman. You were rattling your bone box with some woman? Where? Mort looks around excitedly. What did she look like? She was right on top of the beer. Didn't you see her? Eh? No, you just kind of drifted out for a bit there. Just stood there, statue-like. I was a little worried you'd gone out on me again. No, I'm fine, I think. Let's move on. And with that... Ooh, that looked like she was in pain as she arched her back there before disappearing. Okay, so there is a portal around here somewhere. Don't worry, I know pretty much exactly where it is. It's in this room, just northeast of the beer. But I want to finish exploring the map. You know, I want to look around, see what I can find. Want to see if I can interact with that wall of weapons without antagonizing the giant skeletons. But that's probably a bad idea. I should probably just leave it. Ah, this man. This dustman, even though he's just called Dustman Guard, there's something different about him. And I don't want to... Do I? Do I not? Oh. Or is it him? One of the dustmen here. Sogo. It's Sogo who's the different one. I don't want to... If I talk to him, he might raise the alarm. But if memory serves me correct, he's a bloody were-rat. And we won't find that out until we meet him later elsewhere, but there are things, you know, hints and things that suggested it in here. So I'm not going to talk to him just yet. Oh, where does this go? Oh, this isn't... Oh, just there. Okay. Interesting.
All right.
Now I know. I still don't want to run because I don't want to blow my cover. And we get the beautiful Dayanara music again. You know, the bit that kept playing during the high-speed action sequences in the film Speed. Almost. It's so similar. Now let's head towards... I believe it's this archway. Oh no, it's this one, okay. And here are the shadows come looking for us, hot on our heels. But we have escaped them. We are no longer there. Alright, yeah, so the dustman robes have been removed. As a final note, the dustman robes are useless outside the mortuary. We cannot disguise ourselves as a dustman elsewhere. Now, I think we should give this to Mort. It's ridiculous, and he doesn't really get to use weapons anyway, but... Yeah, okay, no, fair enough, he doesn't get to use them. Alright. We might have to start offloading some of these notes on him, though, for him to carry around. What is his carrying capacity like compared to us? It's higher! Okay.
Done.
What's this? Pens, note, and some copper commons. We have so much money. Pens, note, as in written by a pen. Oh dear. This note has been written with remarkable penmanship upon the finest parchment. Faxis. If you're reading this, then you have undoubtedly failed in your task and have been forced to use the escape route I arranged. I told you that your little disguise idea was ridiculous. In any case, you'll need to lie low for a while. The dustmen may be deluded, but they are not fools, and they will certainly seek retribution for our intrusions. I've left you some coins. Use them to secure a hiding place in the hive, preferably in Ragpicker's Square. The dustmen will be unwilling to look for you there. Once you've secured a hiding place, I have a new mission for you. Find out where Farod is getting those bodies he's delivering to the mortuary. It's apparently causing the dustman a great deal of upset, and I wouldn't mind knowing myself. Reports are that that stone-faced dustman at the gathering... Yes, reports are that a stone-faced dustman, but it's that stone-faced dustman, a particular one. So, reports are that stone-faced dustman at the gathering dust bar, Initiate Emmerich, I think the fool's name is, has been sending out finders to try and mark Farod's movements. See if you can find out how far along he is and hinder his efforts until we know more about Farod's activities. I don't want Emmerich finding out something before we do. Pen. Well, the pen is mightier than the sharp chopping and stabbing object, allegedly. Right. Now there was something here. In one of these notes about a named dustman. Or was it from our discussion with... I'm not sure if it was Emmerich or a different dustman, but there was mention of a named dustman before. It's not this one, is it? Yes! I have asked that Initiate Emmerich launch an investigation into the matter. So, it's only one dustman investigating and not two separate dustmen. That is good to know. This sarcophagus appears to have been here for centuries. There is no lid. The exterior seems to be made of solid stone. This brazier has long since run dry of oil. Only ashes remain in the bottom. How do we get out? Oh, the door's on that side. Okay, let's step outside into the warm, fresh air of this miserable shit heap. We've made it out safely into the city. And there are thugs standing in front of us. We're not doing too bad for experience points. And looking at the time, I'm not entirely sure when I started recording this one. I think we're about the 35-minute mark. There'll be a momentary silence, okay? I do apologise. I'll actually go check when the recording started. Because I'm thinking this is a reasonably good point to cease. Oh, I was wrong. I started about 40 minutes ago. Okay. Well,
right.
Let's meander about a bit, because I see great big spiky shadows here. Seaton Company cutter? Who's a cutter? Well, these guys have got knives. She's very ginger. We've emerged from this building. Cool heels here, cutter. This is a bizarre edifice. A huge monument. There is no name or plaque identifying what it is honouring. Looking at it, probably the Lady of Oh! Whoa! Hey, steady on there! That's super hard violence. Mort, do your thing, man! Get him. No, not dialogue. Special. Litany of curses, motherfucker. Get morted. Nameless.
All right.
These stinkers.
Mort. Taunt another one, baby.
These stinkers.
And then
Sure, why not?
leg it to there. You. After him.
Huh?
Headbutt him. Go on. Do him in, skull.
Damn it.
Fight. Fight like you know how to fight. Mort, you're not fighting.
Good as done.
Get him. Yeah.
Damn.
Crowbar to death. Boy, you come back.
What's up?
Come back. We will insult you!
You blathering idiot!
And it worked! Oh yeah! That's how a skull takes down hive scum who start a fight with us. Ooh, a bronze ring. That's got to be worth a pretty penny. And a clock charm. You know what? We want to give that to Mort.
What's the word, Chief? Sure, why not?
We'll give him a ring as well. We'll put it like a cap over one of his teeth. I mean, yeah, he can't wear it. This crude bronze ring looks like it might have doubled as someone's nose ring in the past. Despite the dents and scratches, it might be worth a few coins to a local merchant. Yeah, but it's time Mort started carrying something. So, if we took any damage from that, we appear to have regenerated it by now. Alright, good. Now, lady, now that those two scoundrels who were menacing us are out of the way, yeah, you know, your security, let's have a chit-chat, shall we? You see a tired-looking woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. The odour of cheap perfume surrounds her like a cloud, and her face is covered with a mask of crude makeup. She smiles as she sees you. Why don't you stay and chat with me for a bit, love? Greetings. The woman looks coyly at you. Now you look to be a blood who's lost something. Mayhap I can help you find it, Cutter. She smiles slightly. Oh? What good fortune! We probably lost what we're looking for back at your kit, miss. Actually, I'm missing a journal. Eh? She seems confused. What are you about? I'm not missing it. Never mind. Farewell. You're lost. When you get tired of losing things and need to find some things, love, you come see me. Right, I'll keep that in mind. Farewell. Chief, can you spot me some jink? It's been a long time, it has. I'm not even going to ask how you intend to accomplish this. The woman breaks in. It's twice the cost of a Mimir, or any other degenerate. Mimir? Mimir was a god in Norse mythology. A god of knowledge. His head was cut off, and Odin would consult with the head, and it would speak and give him information. What do you mean by a Mimir? Mimir is a talking encyclopedia. That's me, Chief. I see. Well, yeah, don't worry about it, Mort. From the looks of her, I'm probably saving you from dying twice. May a pox shrivel your innards! You have the stink and the fashion sense of a goat herd, and you're twice as ugly!
New taunts, alright.
So, Mort can get new taunts from these street whores. And these improve the efficacy of his taunting ability to the point where I don't think it actually gives him new dialogue lines when he taunts, but it makes the saving throws of enemies against the taunts harder, so it makes his taunts harder to resist. I believe it can be upgraded 3 times, and when it's been upgraded 3 times, it's pretty effective at this early stage in the game. Mort stares, hypnotised as the harlot lets loose a stream of obscenities. At the end of the verbal avalanche, Mort is silent for a moment, then turns to you. Wow, Chief! Got a few more taunts of the old arsenal! He turns back to the harlot, who is catching her breath. I'm also in love. Ah, bless. Alright then. What is this on the floor? I don't seem to be able to interact with it. Oh no, it's the same as that one there and that one there. Okay. There is a dustman called Pox. Wait, wasn't Pox one of the collectors? Yes, Collector Pox. So he might know where we can find Farod and our journal. But I think that will have to wait till the next episode. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, and I will look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'll say bye-bye for now, and cheerio!